everyone, welcome to Sweet Tomato Vine Homestead. I'm Linda. Today I am in my garden. I am about to add some beauty to the garden. I have some azaleas, and these are called Autumn Carnation, and it's an Encore azalea, and it blooms in spring, summer, and fall. So I'm excited about this plant. I love azaleas. I've had a hard time growing azaleas in my garden because I've always tried to plant them in the yard. But this last season, I planted one in a pot, and I have had very good success with it because they love a very acidic soil. I have not had my soil tested. So obviously the soil, the places that I was planting the azaleas was not acidic enough, and I think that was the problem. But I do have different soils in my garden. Some places it is clay, some places it is real moist and loomy, and I just don't know how it came to be, but I do have different types of soil in my garden. But this one is medium pink. It's gonna have semi-double blooms, and medium pink semi-double blooms that gonna measure 2.5 inches across. And the plant grows an average of 4.5 feet high and 4 feet wide. So that's going to be a nice size plant. It needs well-drained, slightly acidic soil. So this one does not have to have very acidic, but it needs slightly acidic. And it's hardy in zones 6A through zones 10. So I'm very excited about this Encore azalea. I have two of them, and I'm going to be planting them in my 2 clay pots. I added some soil acidifier to add some acidity to this potting mix that I have. Let me show you the pot that I'm going to be using. Okay, so this is what my pot is looking like. I've already put in my soil acidifier, so I'm just going to give it a little mix, and then I'm going to put my pot in here and try to make me a hole to plant this plant in. And I want it to be about as deep in this container as it was in this container. So that might be enough right there. And see what my roots are looking like. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna break those roots up some. And this plant is a little dry. I put it in the garage because the temperatures had dropped back down. So now I am bringing it back out and go ahead and potting it into this pot. Okay, so now I'm just going to water this plant in. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and get the other one planted. Okay, so I'm just going to do the same thing with this one. Be sure to break up that root ball some. Just so you can break up that memory, because those roots start wrapping around, and that is the way they will continue to do if you don't break it up some. Go ahead and put it into the container. The soil back up around it. And we'll water it in. I'm gonna get them good and watered in because they were in the garage and they got really dry. And I had 2 hydrangeas that I purchased in there also, and they also got dry. I want to let you look and see what they look like. And I have to find a place that I want to put those hydrangeas. Okay, so this is what my hydrangeas are looking like. I put them in the garage so that they could be out of the way of the wind, because we had some really strong winds that came through and they were getting tossed around in the garden because they weren't in a container or planted in ground yet. So now that those winds are gone, the hydrangeas had dried out in the garage somewhat. This one looks better than this one does. It's looking really droopy, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take them and find a spot to plant them in the garden. I would like to plant them in ground. I had thought about planting them in the pots that I planted those 2 azaleas in, but I decided against it. So now I just have to find a place for these. So I'll probably plant these later, but I just wanted to go ahead and show them to you all. And these are the goji berries that reseeded themselves. So as I told y'all, we goji berry rich. I'm gonna start taking them and putting them in different areas of the garden. So they're already hardened off and everything, so I don't have to worry about hardening these off. They're ready to go into the garden because they've been out here all winter. Hey, chickens. Y'all, these are the chickens right here that were gifted to me. It look like almost all of them on top of this cage. Let's see, we got 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. There's 2 down here. There's 12. Then that's my rooster that we hatched. Y'all, I think they look really good. Their feathers are shiny. And they are all healthy and they are laying really good. And here Kane and his girls, they over here, they all having some treats from the garden. And I just realized this is what these hens do when they're trying to get away from those roosters. Tomorrow I plan to plant my squash and my pumpkins out in the garden, but I'm going to go ahead and share with you all today the varieties that I'm going to be planting. And the pumpkin that I'm going to be planting is a Connecticut field pumpkin. Some of these squashes look like pumpkins, but they're actually squashes. I'll be planting the Candy Roaster squash, the Long Island cheese squash, and this looks like a pumpkin. The Winter Luxury Pie squash, the Gelder Englisher custard squash. We got a mixed summer squash pack, and I'll be planting these. I also have some old-fashioned, I think they're old-fashioned, crookneck squash. The Kakai squash and the Lady Godiva squash are 2 that are almost identical, and those are the ones that I get those seeds from and roast those green seeds, so like pumpkin seeds, and they are very delicious. The next one is a early bush scallop. That's my patty pan squash. Then the sweet dumpling squash. Gray zucchini squash. This one is a hybrid squash. It is a hybrid yellow squash, a hybrid yellow summer squash, and these are said to be very disease resistant, and I'm going to be trying to get more hybrids so that more hybrid squash and pumpkins so that hopefully some of them will be not only disease resistant, but pest resistant. I would like to try to start getting more of the hybrids and hopefully find one that is pest resistant also. I did not get a chance to get my hands on any yet, but that I know have been proven to be squash bug resistant. That's what I need. I need some that are squash bug resistant. So I'll be, if you know a variety that's been proven to not be damaged by the squash vine borer, then please let the rest of us know. This one is a winter squash, a winter butternut squash. And winter squash simply means that these will store over the winter months. Those squashes like these crook necks and these different yellow squashes like this, these summer squashes, those squashes means that you have to go out there and you have to harvest them quickly, because if you don't, they'll get very large and they will get too hard and you will not be able to eat them. But these, you want to harvest them once the skin has gotten hard, and it helps them to store over the winter months. And you don't have to rush to harvest these unless you got something else out there in your garden that's trying to eat more squash than you are. Because last season we did have problems with different pests in the garden, but this season my son said he's going to take care of that, and he is working really hard and diligently to try to prevent these pests from getting our melons, our squash, and our pumpkins this season. So this one is a Jarradale. It's a squash. And I'm going to be planting that. And I'm going to be planting my Cushall squash. This Cushall squash is very sentimental to me. It's one that we were raised up on. And it also will store. I like to plant these in the garden just for that reason. And because of the fact that they get huge. They get big as a watermelon. And and that's a lot of food. So these are the varieties that I will be planting. And we will be getting those in the garden tomorrow. And so that is my squash and my pumpkins for 2025. So I hope that y'all have enjoyed the video and that you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload a new video. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.